because extension is very key. Without extension support, farmers will be doing wrong things on their farm. And by wrong things, I mean, if, for example, they are pruning their trees, they will not know the right way to do the pruning, or even the equipment to use for pruning, or even, you know, simple things like spacing of crops or spacing of trees. For extension officers, these are, in most cases, there have been government officers who are supposed to support farmers with advisory services. So now it is the role of the extension guys to train these farmers.
So this is part of our extension program, whereby we teach farmers on good agronomic practices, how to mix the soils, how to do the grafting, how to choose the best zions, rootstock, and to maintain hygiene, so that wherever they are growing, the farmers can get a quality seedling to plant.
You realize that one of the biggest problems that you will get to hear from farmers is lack of or inadequate extension support, and this is happening across across our farmers, whether they are in coffee, whether they are in dairy, whether they are, like, it's just across the board. And the government, because they are working on some kind of a cost cutting measure, the government is not employing extensionists. Now we have a huge gap when it comes to extension. So, for example, in the two counties, we only have 1 or 2 extension officers who is supposed to serve maybe 1 million farmers or 2 million farmers. So that is very overwhelming for one person. As FF-SPAK, of course, we are a farmer-based organization, and one of the things that we do is to build the capacity of the farmers. So one way of doing that is also to work through other government officers. And for the count of Kiambu and Murang'a, I would say we have a very unique kind of collaboration with the government, whereby we are collaborating with the county extension officers for agriculture to support our farmers. And the kind of support that we give them actually is just to facilitate them to reach our farmers. So we provide transport or fuel compensation where they're using their own vehicles, and we also pay them a small lunch. And mainly this happens when, for example, our farmers have requested for support, say if they're having a field day, or if they have noticed something wrong with their crops.
Through FF-SPAK, they have been in a position to help us, to facilitate us moving. Actually, they provide fuel for us, and we are able to go to groups of farmers wherever they are. We demonstrate on how to prune, we demonstrate on how to plant, we do soil conservation measures, and also how to prevent infestation of diseases and pests.
So if we do it through organized groups or through field days like we have been doing, then it becomes even much more easier for the officer to reach out to more farmers, or for the farmers now to get the extension services. In terms of facilitation, we are not spending a lot. I think to facilitate, for example, in a single day, I'll say we will spend maybe, $20. Yeah, we spend up to $20 per person to do that in a single day. So it's not, so if there are two, then that would be $40, which is not much compared to, the kind of information they are giving to farmers. And so mainly our team from FF-SPAK, that's my colleague Geoffrey and other staff as well, they have some kind of a program. So for example, in a month, they will know which area or which group needs what kind of services. Then they will liaise with the extensionist. Then the extensionists can plan their diary, so that they will just request for facilitation. Then at the end of the day, we will demand a report and some some kind of list where farmers will sign that they have participated in a training, or in a demonstration. So it's working very well, and we think that is a very great way of supporting our farmers. I think we have been doing that for the last 2 years, just working closely with the government, and mainly for extension, and it's working very well. And passing the information from the extension officer to a farmer, then from the farmer to other farmers, so the farmers can even continue learning from one another about technologies, about how they can better their production. So it's a, it's a very good way of working, I would say. Yeah. For me personally, I would want that, or I wish that this is also replicated in other counties, apart from Kiambu and Murang'a. Of course, we have Kenya. In Kenya, we have about 47 counties. So I will say if we can have that replicated in other places, because I know it's not happening elsewhere, that would be very, very good.
Unajua tumekuja kwake ili tusome na kwake. But najua kwenyu kunakaa kwake. Ni vile kwenyu ni kubaya zaidi. So always think about it. Now that we have this tree, by the way that tree has behaved, ni kuonyeshana there was a lot of competition here. Actually,